Hi, I'm Jeff Feinberg, and I read Reality is Broken by Jane McGonigal. Reality is Broken focuses on the positive impact games can have on people's lives and analyzes game mechanics and behavior to see how they can be used to fix real-world issues. She listed 14 fixes throughout the book, but I'll only be focusing on a few of these to see how they can be applied to two games, Super Mario 3D World and World of Warcraft. Fix 5 and Fix 6 can be applied multiple times in World of Warcraft, but two instances will be focused on here. Fix 5 focuses on the strong social connectivity found in games, while Fix 6 focuses on the epic scale nature found in games. In the Gates of Encourage, players on both Alliance and Horde work together in a massive effort to open up a new raid. Players had to embark on a long quest to recreate a scepter to open the gates and also gather resources to prepare for the assault afterwards. The amount of resources required was massive and took several real-time months to stockpile the necessary amount, even for the server that achieved World First. Additionally, some resources could be gathered by low-level characters, so every player could feel like they were contributing to the war effort. Players would see their resources build up in the major cities and then slowly dwindle as they were taken away to the battlefront. This encouraged people to work together and allowed every player to feel as if they were a part of an epic quest to open up new content on their server, even if they would not be able to take part in it. An incidental application of Fix 5 and Fix 6 happened in a raid where a boss would afflict players with the corrupted blood disease. This dealt periodic damage to the afflicted character as well as spreading to nearby characters before disappearing. It was meant to be contained to the raid, but through hunter pets being dismissed and resummoned, it got out. This caused the disease to spread out of control in cities, instantly killing low-level players and damaging higher-level players. Players began taking different roles, with some directing characters away from cities, others setting up quarantine zones, and still others relishing in spreading the disease as quickly as possible. The spread of the disease mimicked the spread of real epidemics and has been used for research on how these diseases spread. In this case, players found an unintended dynamic to the game. They worked on a massive scale to save as many people as possible on the server, exemplifying Fix 5, strong social connectivity, and Fix 6, the epic scale of games. This event was eventually worked back into World of Warcraft as an actual mechanic with the launch of a new expansion. The developers put plague boxes around the world that infected players when they were touched, and they began increasing in number over several days. Infected characters would eventually turn into zombies if left uncured, allowing them to turn other players into zombies. This intentional application focused on the epic scale of a zombie invasion across a virtual world to create an interesting new mechanic for players. Fix 11, a sustainable engagement economy, deals with the constant gratifications that come from playing games, while Fix 12, Epic Wins, deals with the gratification felt when the player completes goals they initially didn't know they could accomplish. These fixes can be seen in almost every game, but can mostly be seen in the core level design of Super Mario 3D World. 3D World has a 4-step level design in each level, where a concept is introduced, expanded, twisted, and completed. In Cakewalk Flip, the player encounters panels that switch from red to blue and vice versa when they jump, and it's introduced in a safe environment where falling off the panel doesn't cause death. The mechanic is expanded upon when the player jumps on panels over an endless pit, and the mechanic is further expanded when the player must successfully navigate jumping on the panels to climb up the side of a cliff. Then, the twist is introduced. The mechanic twist comes when the player encounters enemies that shoot out beams at Mario. The player must navigate the panels while also dodging these beams shot out by an enemy, adding complexity to the skills learned earlier. The player later has one final chance to prove their mastery of these panel switching skills, with one last chance to grab the flagpole. These levels introduce a mechanic, expand upon them, add a twist, and complete them. In every level, the player is engaged with the new mechanic and is kept in Fix 11, a sustainable engagement economy, as they gain mastery over the mechanic. Additionally, they are able to deal with twists and expansions of the mechanic due to careful design. This is in line with Fix 12, the constant epic wins in games. Because of the design, the player is constantly given challenges that they have just enough skill to complete, especially in the later levels. Super Mario 3D World shows that developers should strive to introduce players to a new mechanic and have them learn the mechanic through an ever-increasing challenges in order to keep the player in a sustainable engagement economy. Reality is Broken distills several high-level concepts found in all games that makes them engaging, so the book is valuable to any developer looking for ideas on how to increase engagement in their games. Thank you.